I'm Ellen. I am the power lady. And hi. And today I wanted to talk to you about the differences between the Bluetti Charger 1 and Bluetti Charger 2, because that just came out like 2 months ago, so you might not be familiar with it. So I have a Bluetti Charger 2 here. And let's open it up. Here are the different cables that it comes with. The cord that comes from the engine is different. On the Charger 1, there's a fuse, and it looks like a switch. This one, the fuse goes at the battery, which is a much safer way to do it, because you want the charge, you want all of that protected right from the source, not at the end, because if that cable overheats, it doesn't get that protection until far away, and it can cause a fire if it overheats. So this one has the fuse right at the battery terminal. Safer placement, but it also means that you can't use that as an on-off switch, which you might have been doing with the Charger 1. Here are two of the cables that go in, and they have the solar panel connectors, because this will go into where your solar input is on your power station. And it comes with this cable, which connects up to the cords. They only go one way, male into female. And this has the connector that I need for my power station, but you might need a different cord, a different connector. And they make adapters, or you can get a cord with the adapter that you need and these solar panel connectors, which connect to this, which go into the charger. It also comes with this cord, which you can use for a Bluetti expansion battery. So one of the big differences between the Charger 1 and the Charger 2 is the size. If you have the Charger 1, you'll notice that this is like 3 times the size, I think. But look at all of these ports. So on the Charger 1, you only have the one input from the battery, and then one output, which goes to your power station. If you want to use solar for charging your power station, you have to unplug the Charger 1 and plug in the solar panels, unless you have 2 solar input ports. And most of our power stations won't. It's the larger ones that you can't take out of your vehicle very easily. Those have 2 inputs. But for the portable ones, they generally just have 1. So if you're using the Charger 2, your solar panel plugs in right here where it says PV. And then you still have 1 output to your power station. So your alternator, from your battery, plugs in here, from your solar panel, plugs in here, and you still have 1 output to your power station. No switching cords. It also has room for a hub, which right now Bluetti is only selling as part of a package. And hopefully they'll sell that separately so that other people who buy the Charger 2 all on its own will be able to take advantage of that. It's a way to use the DC ports directly without having to use a power station. So it has 2 cigarette lighter plugs and I think 4 USB. So hopefully they'll sell that separately. This is where your expansion battery or power station that uses this plug goes into. And it can turn a power station that has this plug into an expansion battery. And it also has a D+ cable input. Unfortunately, Bluetti is not yet making this cable. So if any of you are at the next meetup, Smiles, if you know Smiles, she and I are going to be making a D+ cable and installing this into my van. And we're going to make a video about that. So the D+ cable is for any of us who have a smart alternator. If you get to a stoplight and your engine turns off to save gas, you have a smart alternator. And you're going to have a button that has an A with a circle around it. That's to turn off that smart alternator feature so that the engine doesn't shut off when you get to a stop sign. And using a D+ cable will eliminate that need, because if you're charging on the Charger 2 and you want to continue to charge without problems, every time you turn on your engine, you have to hit that A button to turn off the smart alternator. So the D+ cable will eliminate that need. So I have some bullet points here. Let's see if I did. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're camping. We do what we can with my pen from Planet Fitness. So this also has reverse charging. So you can take the power station and use it to charge your engine battery. So no more dead starting batteries. Yes. And you can set it up as a trickle charge, whatever you want. And that solar can be charging both your power station and your engine battery. Let's see, we have, so no need to do that. Oh, the size. This has, because it does more things, it does need some airflow around it. So if you're switching from the Charger 1 to Charger 2, this might not fit in the same location because it's a much larger box and you need space around it for airflow. So underneath the seat is fine because it will have airflow, but you don't want it in a really tight space.
Does it use the same cable as the Charger 1 coming off your battery?
You can use the same cord, but so using the same cord, you'll be able to use that fuse as an on-off switch, but you don't get the advantage of the fuse at the source unless you install the fuse separately. So it comes in a bag for you to install at the source. So you can install this at the battery and then keep the same cord and use that other fuse as an on-off switch. Otherwise, you would need to set that in the app. And in the app, there is a deep sleep functionality where if you're not using the Charger 2 for a while and it goes into deep sleep, you actually have to toggle that back on before it will start charging again. So that's just something to watch out for.
I have a question.
Yes?
What's the likelihood of that cable overheating? I have the Charger 1.
Yeah, I don't know the likelihood of it overheating. I don't know if there have been cases, but this is a safer way to do it.
I like having the switch there.
Yeah, and you can do, and a lot of people do use that switch as on-off, and you can continue to do that and put that fuse in the correct place as well. Reverse charging. Oh, it also has temperature control. Well, not control. Temperature protection. So the batteries can be damaged if you're charging and they have a freezing internal temperature. Also, if they're too hot, then you don't want to charge them because that makes them get even hotter. So the Charger 2 has temperature protection in it where it will limit the charging if it's too cold or too hot. So it helps protect your batteries even more. Any other questions?
That's outside temperature, right? When you say too hot or too cold, does that mean the external temperature? Like
Or the temperature of the device?
I don't know. I don't know if it's monitoring the internal temperature or if it's just ambient. That's a good question, though. That's good to find out. Yeah. So I know that when you do get to a stop sign, even if your alternator even if you have a regular alternator and it doesn't turn off, when you get to a stoplight and you have your air conditioner going, you'll feel that it's not putting out as much. So even without the smart alternator, you're not getting as much power when you're sitting idle. And the alternator charger, it takes that excess energy that the battery has. So when the alternator produces more power than the battery needs. So the alternator charger sort of takes that excess and uses it to charge the batteries. So when you get to a stoplight and you're not producing as much power, it's not getting as much. And with the smart alternator, it gets even less. And then the Bluetti can shut down because it's not sensing any power. When you don't have a smart alternator, you still are producing some, so it doesn't shut off. Does that answer it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it answers to that.
Okay, another big difference. So the charging on the Bluetti Charger 1 is only up to 560 watts. So the Bluetti Charger 2 is 800 watts from the alternator, and because it does both the alternator and solar together, it can get another 600 watts from solar, provided you have that much. And it can do the combined for, 800 and 600, so 1,400 watts. Yeah. I'm sorry, too many.
Ellen, will you be available for people to come up and ask you one-on-ones?
Yes, yeah, we got to finish up. So, yeah, so.
Talk about your channel. because they
Oh,
can find out
right.
more information from your channel.
Yes, I have a YouTube channel and I do power videos. And I do power videos, and I installed I put up a video a few days ago about installing the Charger 1. So you can see that entire installation from beginning to end. And my channel is simply Dande, D-A-N-D-E, instead of Y. Yep, and when you search for it, put it all together, Simplydande, and I'll come up. It's a white circle with 3 dandelions in it.
I watched, the first time I went out, I watched your channel to see how to pack my Pacifica. So
Oh,
that's what I learned, like,
She has a lot of good information on her channel, and this is being recorded as well, so this will be on your channel too, right?
yes, this will be on my channel.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, Jen.
I just found out when we were talking about alternators, and I had discussed with you whether using the Charger 1 on a hybrid
Yes.
would hurt the alternator.
Right.
ChatGPT just told me hybrids don't have an alternator. I haven't really looked into it, but that's just something to think about and look up later. I just now found that out.
Yeah.
It's something from the hybrid batteries. It already has those, and it has an inverter that does, I can't explain because I just looked it up.
Yeah,
I know I don't have to worry about my Charger 1 hurting my alternator.
that's great. That's great. Yeah, I think the issue is the Bluetti getting confused by the smart alternator. So the D+ wire helps keep the engine on and signals to the Bluetti to stay on, rather than turning on and off with the engine. So, yeah. Yeah, so, thinking of the alternator being damaged or this being damaged. And,
And you don't have to worry about it. If you have
right. Yeah, so feel free to come up and ask questions later, but we got to move on now. Yeah, thank you.